welcome back to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Mary. Yes, I am being assisted by my Rottweiler Capitan and his very annoying puppy sister, Ruka. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Are you guys gonna be cool, or are you gonna be really annoying when I film? Cappy's like, I'm a good boy. She's just annoying. Very much a distraction. You guys are totally blowing what I'm trying to say. Alright, anyways, in today's video, I wanted to discuss the variety of different Rottweilers. For the longest time, I thought that there was only German and American Rottweilers, but I was very wrong. This is what I deal with all day. Stop. Sorry, you guys. I'm fully in control over here. You're going to be put in your cage if you're bad. Like I was saying, there are a variety of different Rottweilers, even to different colors. This video could be controversial, so don't come at me. I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. I'm just giving you some information that I never knew before and thought it would be fun to kind of educate you guys on the different Rottweilers. Actually, the Roman Rottweilers, Serbian Rottweilers, there's flat-nosed Rottweilers, there's red Rottweilers, and white Rottweilers. So I just thought it'd be fun to dive in and talk about all the different kinds. Also, for the longest time, I thought he was a German Rottweiler. Turns out he's not. He's definitely an American. So I thought it'd be a cool video. There's a lot of beautiful dogs out there. Either way, I love this breed and want nothing for the best of them. But just be cautious when those rare Rottweilers come around. But before we get into this video, it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, or follow us on all our socials. These two got their own IGs. They're totally throwing my game off right now. Separate you two. Enough. Enough. Fun fact, the Rottweiler out of 196 breeds in the AKC registry are actually number 8. They've been like 10 for a while, but recently moved up to number 8. The popularity has grown a lot in the last couple years, so I think that's pretty amazing. I mean, obviously these dogs are great family dogs, but a heck of a security system as well. So, Ruka, she's so annoying. But he likes when she cleans his ears. As long as you don't bug each other, okay? Can I get through a video? You are bugging him. And then you're annoying with your little... I'm trying to get through a video talking about all the different types of you guys. So yeah, the Rottweiler is gaining a huge popularity. And there are so many different kinds. So let's dive into the original one, which for the longest time I always thought German Rottweilers were the original, but I was very, very wrong. I did my research a while back knowing that they did come originally from Rome and the Romans brought them down to Germany. So the first original Rottweiler is actually the Roman Rottweiler, which is going to be the biggest Rottweiler of them all. Roman Rottweilers are considered the extra large of all Rottweilers. Pretty far distance, if it was side by side a German Rottweiler, you probably really couldn't tell a big difference because the colors, the markings are still the same. This dog is just going to be generally a lot bigger. Their legs are going to be definitely a lot longer, bulkier head, wider, longer muzzle. They most of the time do have their long tails. They just are colossal or even giant is what they considered them back in the day. This could be also controversial because of how big they are. Some breeders have a problem with it because they actually get some health issues with their hips or even heart. But not saying that all Roman ones are bad. Just make sure you always do your research on the breeder, that the bloodlines are always straight and good, that there wasn't a little tweak to make them, like a tweak with another breed to make them that big. But just be cautious always when purchasing one. These dogs can run from $1,000 to $5,000, so they are a little bit pricier. Also, they are going to be from 95 to 135 pounds. The females are just a little bit smaller, but not that much difference. But this is going to be your largest Rottweiler. If you want the biggest, the massive one is going to be your Roman Rottweiler, and also the original one as well. All right, so let's dive into the German Rottweiler, the classic one, the one that everybody knows about. Like I said, if it was next to an American side by side, it would be a little bit hard to tell the difference because they are pretty similar. There are just a little bit of some different traits here and there. Like I said, it took me a while to distinguish exactly what Capitan was. Mainly you could tell by paperwork. It'll say German Rottweiler. The Germans have a very high standard to the breed to keep the bloodlines nice and crisp. So almost every time now the German Rottweilers are going to have a tail. They banned docking tails, I believe, like in they banned docking tails a while ago, which is awesome. So standard is for them to have a very thick, long, luscious tail. I guess the physical traits of a German is just they're definitely going to have a little bit of a wider snout, a stockier body, shorter, bulkier head, and they'll have that tail. So those are some things to look out for when it comes to a German Rottweiler. Okay, let's talk about the classic American Rottweiler. These guys are definitely the smaller ones out of the bunch. They're going to be a lot leaner, more pronounced. They're going to be around 85 to 115. Sometimes you could get the male to be a little bit bigger, but pretty much they're a little bit smaller than your Germans would be. Also, these guys typically always have a docked tail. For the AKC, American Kennel Club, they require the Rottweilers to have a docked tail. I always get questions about Capitan and his tail because what was it? It was 1999. It could have been a little bit sooner than that they completely banned and made it illegal to dock any dog's tail in Germany, or like I think just in Europe in general. So that's why the Germans now always have the tail, and now I get why you guys always come at me like, why'd you cut his tail? A personal choice. It happened the day he was born. The breeder decided to dock his tail because that is like the standard for an American. But if I could go back, I would keep his tail. I do love those huge tails. They are thick, big, beautiful curve. Love them. I could see them knocking over coffee all day, but I think the nub life is cute as well. But that is one way to tell an American from a German. These guys are going to be a little bit cheaper than a German one would be. They are from $500 to $1,000. They say that an American Rottweiler female definitely looks a lot more feminine, and you could tell it's a female, which I thought was kind of a cool fact because sometimes I do see a girl Rottweiler and I'm like, that looks like a girl, and I ask and it is a girl, so, or female. Girl, female, whatever. But sometimes they say that it look a lot more feminine. But just like your classic Rottweiler, these guys still love to be active. They love to swim, they love to go on hikes, and of course they love to guard, but most of all they love to spend time with their family. I did read in like different types of internet things, they would say that, you know, the German Rottweiler is better with kids while the American Rottweiler is better with guarding the house. But I don't know. I think it all just depends on the dog. I think the Rottweiler just has it all in the instinct in them. So, okay, so let's talk about the Serbian Rottweiler, which I really didn't know anything about, but they're out there and they're not that much of a difference between all the rest of them, like I said before. I'm gonna just have a lot more of a blockier head. That's what they said. And I guess they look a little bit more fierce than your American one or your German one would look, just because of the way that their jawline is shaped a little bit different. I really didn't know that much about them. They're, you know, a new breed that's coming out. They're popular in the UK and they are starting to make their way over here. But they're just like your classic any other Rottweiler. They're going to be very smart. They're going to be trainable. They're going to be really good at guarding. But mainly what makes the Serbian Rottweiler one is if they're born in Serbia. Let's dive into these flat-nosed Rottweilers, which is definitely a very controversial subject because it is not natural for a Rottweiler to have those pug-like nose. Called snub-nosed Rottweilers. Snub-nosed Rottweilers, or this word, Barchiop. I can't say that, but that's what it is. They're gonna have some round eyes, a very small forehead, very short muzzle and narrow. Head is gonna be very wide and long, and they're gonna have very heavy lips with some popped up ears. Their eyes and nose are gonna be all kind of close together. Some people really dig this look. There's something that went wrong on the bloodline there. There's a tweak, you know. I'm not one to say that it's bad, because I know that there's some people that like that type of look. It's controversial. I'm just here to tell you that they're out there. Not saying I agree with it or like it. But hey, if they're doing it the right way, if there's no harm, if the dog is not going to have any health issues, which these Rottweilers are not supposed to have flat noses like that. They're going to have some health issues somewhere along the way. But yeah, they're out there, and they're called snub-nosed Rottweilers. Yeah. I was very, very confused when this picture popped up. A red Rottweiler? Can't be right. And it's not, you guys. So I know you might come across these beautiful red Rottweilers, even white Rottweilers or blue Rottweilers. It's not natural. There was a tweak somewhere along the bloodline. They could be extremely valuable and super rare, but most of the time they're gonna end up with some severe health risks. There had to be some crossbreeding going on, or there was another red dog in the mix, say like a Mastiff or something with that red trait, had that bloodline and continued with the red. It looks cool, but it's not. Okay, so let's talk about these very rare white, blue, or albino Rottweilers. So albinoism is very rare, but it can happen in Rottweilers. This usually happens when it's been mixed or inbred, overbred too much, or was bred with, like, let's say, a white German Shepherd somewhere along the way, white trait that been passed along. A purebred Rottweiler is not going to have any white in them. Although it looks absolutely beautiful and stunning and rare and different, there is something that went wrong in the genetic gene. So don't always be fooled by that. They probably will have some eye issues, some health issues. Although they look gorgeous, and of course they need love, I'm not saying not to take one in. Just don't encourage other breeders to make them look like that, because it's not natural and it's not right, and the dog's gonna suffer at the end. Also, there are some Rottweilers that have some beautiful blue eyes and some different colored eyes, which is also beautiful, but a trait that wasn't supposed to happen. It could be a disorder, and like I said, a health issue along the way. Not saying that every single one is a bad, unhealthy case. I mean, there could be, you know, an albino one that lived for 10 years and I just don't know about it. But what I'm trying to get at is don't encourage breeders to try to make something that's not supposed to happen naturally. But if you are thinking about purchasing one, just make sure at the end of the day that you are buying from a responsible breeder that really cares for the breed and is not just like a backyard one that wants money out of it, because there are so many cases of people just breeding dogs for money. You really have to do it from the heart. Whatever Rottweiler you are looking for, even if you want to rescue one, just make sure you do your research and make sure you're not supporting something that's unnatural when it comes to this breed. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching our video, and I'm definitely going to have some new vlogs come out soon, so stay tuned for that. Like always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, follow Capitan and Bruca, and then follow me on all my socials. It'll be linked down below. Until the next time, you guys, I will see you. Bye.